Well, greetings once again, my fellow Star Trek fans. I'd like to welcome you to another update video from the Wand Company. In anticipation of the Tricorder release, I present to you the latest email, which is update number 18. And the title is Captain's Logs, all of them. And I got the email on Thursday, June 22nd, 2023 at 9:17 a.m. The Wand Company logo is underneath a link, and when you click the link, you can view the message in the browser. This is Tricorder update number 18, and his Captain's Logs, all of them, conjuring up a sense of each show and reminding us of our favorite scenes. It goes on to say, Dear Jerry, in the 16th century, the ship log was a quadrant of wood attached to a length of knotted string. To estimate the speed of the ship log was thrown into the water over the stern of the ship, and it was dragged in the water, and the string played out, and the ship's speed was measured by the time taken for each of the knots to pass through the operator's fingers. A record of the speed in knots was maintained for the benefit of navigating. Over time, the log record was expanded to include notes about other important day-to-day activities for posterity, and the ship's or captain's logs as we know it was born. In Star Trek the original series, as well as being a neat throwback to the Enterprise's seafaring ancestors, the captain's logs performed a very useful expository function, saving time and production budget without the need for sets or expensive scenes by quickly summarizing key elements of the plot as the episode begins, or by moving the story on at a pace during the middle acts when things can get a bit bogged down. As fans, of course, the Captain's Logs are so much more to us than budget-saving gambit. They conjure up a sense of each show, reminding us of our favorite scenes, audio stepping stones that take us through a rich mental mind map of all the Enterprise crew's greatest moments. From the earliest stages of this project, we wanted the Tricorder to be able to store and play, if not all, as many of the Captain's Logs as possible. In the early days of the project, it was obvious that locating all the logs and extracting the audio of just the actor's voice, in almost every case, without any other background music or sound effect, was not going to be a quick or easy task. To do so, we knew that we had to go back to the original audio stems recorded at the time of the filming. Note, there are sometimes some tiny noises, a groaning Gorn, or the odd medical beep accompanying McCoy's log, for example, and for that we are going to need some serious assistance. Cue the archivists at CVS. As fans themselves, they know how important this was to us and the Tricorder project, and right from the first off, they were incredibly supportive and helpful. All they needed from us were the episode details and the time codes of each of the audio clips, which they could then use to search their archives. I say all they needed, there are 79 50-minute episodes. Note, episode lengths vary. Episodes containing, as it turns out, some 233 captains and ship's logs. So the task of locating, transcribing, and cataloging each one was daunting. In order to make the task a little easier, initially a small program was written to search all the episode transcripts for the word log. Once a candidate transcript segment had been identified in this manner, the part of the episode was watched carefully to verify the audio clip, including the captain's log and the time code of the clip, was noted and passed to the CBS archivist, the team who used it to narrow their search for the requested audio track. Although time-consuming over a 24-month period, this process initially provided 207 audio clips of clean audio, which, although came mainly from Kirk, also included a number of logs from Mr. Spock, 15, Mr. Scott, 8, Dr. McCoy, 5, Mr. Sulu, 1, and Commodore Decker, 1. As we began to realize that we actually had a realistic chance of getting all the captain's logs, we also realized that in order to make the claim We had to be absolutely sure that we had every last one of them. Although our catalog looked complete, the nagging thought that we might have missed one or two meant that we had to carefully watch the entirety of every episode to make absolutely certain we hadn't overlooked any. Andrew Stockdale set off on an epic 65-hour Star Trek The Original Series binge-watching mission and located a further 26 logs that we had missed. Of course, there is always a chance that despite our efforts, there's still a tiny bit of Captain's log audio that had slipped through undetected through our processors. But as of now, we are fairly confident that we have the full set, so that for the first time, fans will be able to listen to all the Captain's logs in one place in the original audio that Kirk laid down when the original series was filmed. The Captain's logs are accessed from the Tricorder's main home screen. The Tricorder has 3 buttons. 3 button boxes at the bottom of the page show the functions of these buttons, which change depending on the screen. The left and right buttons are momentary single-click action switches, whereas the center button is a 5-way jog switch. Using the jog switch to highlight and then select the required function on each screen will allow fans to navigate through the 233 Captain's logs stored in the Tricorder memory to play the one that they want. Screen cap showing the Tricorder's home screen. Jog the center button left or right to highlight the audio logs and then press it to display the top level view of these 3 seasons of the Captain's logs. The center button is jogged to select the season and the episode range, and clicking it displays those Captain's logs. The center button is used to highlight and then select the required Captain's logs. The Captain's log can be played, paused, or restarted. As it plays, the blue line moves along the bar, tracking the position in the audio file. There are lots to look through, so making things easier, the files will be cross-referenced by episode name, number, and text snippets. They're on a dedicated web page so that users will be more easily able to search through the catalog and find the Captain's log they're looking for. The audio files will only be available to listen to on the Tricorder. Any personal logs that you record using the Tricorder's recording function can be accessed from the first Captain's log screen by selecting the block marked Personal. Right from the beginning of this project, as capabilities go, the recording and playback of the original Captain's and ship's logs felt fairly fundamental to the Tricorder's imagined in-universe function. So we are really pleased that we, with the help of CVS, have been able to realize this part of our Tricorder vision and function. Live long and prosper, and the email is signed Chris. It also says coming, the next update will be the status screens. So my friends, that was the update number 18, the latest update from the WAN company in regards to the fully functioning Tricorder. Until my next update video, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.